What's up, Sagittarius, and welcome to your weekly reading for October 31st through November 6th. Happy Halloween and Day of the Dead to all of you that celebrate that. If not, no worries. So I'm going to do it a little differently today. Usually I start off with like an energy card, but because Mars is going retrograde, I wanted to start off with an advice card from the angels. Advice more so on where we need to focus this week specifically, but because it's the beginning of Mars retrograde, I just was getting a strong message about that for the collective. Like, Spirit really wants us to focus on the way we are reacting to certain things, or maybe not reacting. It's different for everyone. But we'll start with an advice card to see where they want you to start your focus on. So what do we have for Sagittarius? Please and thank you, Spirit. Okay, these two came out. I will take them both. So the first one we got is child. Okay, child, I'll read that to you in a second. And then the next one we have is be honest with yourself. Okay. All right. Also, I know you guys don't care, but don't mind my nails. So weird that we say that as like people who do like YouTube and like, oh, don't mind this, don't mind that. Like nobody cares. Anyways, so let me start by reading you this one, and then I will read them from the book before I pull some tarot. So it says, you care deeply about children and they readily respond to your love. All children, including your own inner child, require love, affection, and attention. We can clear and open your heart and schedule so that you can give more time and energy to the children who need you. And you know what's funny is I didn't say that comment about the nails on the last reading. It just like hit me right now to like say that to you guys. And with this being about your inner child, there could be something that is still sticking with you now. This is just a message for some of you guys, but there could be something that's sticking to you now from your childhood that Spirit really wants you to be honest about, that could be holding you back. For example, like I don't ever give a fuck about that shit. You won't ever hear me saying sorry for my nails. Like I'm an Aquarius, I don't give a fuck. But for some reason I felt to say that, and that for me is something from my childhood. My mom was very nitpicky about the way I looked and appeared. That's still something I'm working through. So if I do say it, it's coming from my inner child, from my hurt inner child. That's for some of you guys out there. There's something specific that Spirit wants you to be honest about your inner child that may need to be looked at. That's interesting. So with this next one, it says, look into your heart and you will know the truth of this situation. It's safe to admit the truth to yourself, for we will support and guide you through any necessary changes. Lean upon us for your courage and the strength to take good care of yourself. Focus only upon your true desires and they'll come to you upon angels' wings. Yeah, something about taking care of yourself. Like something about care here, especially with this children. You may have children and maybe most of your focus is going on your child or your children, which is understandable. You know, if you're a mother, you want to put your kids first. That's beautiful. But remember, you can't pour from a cup that's empty, right? So remember that. Keep that in mind for those of you that resonates with you. If there is children involved that you need to take care of. But if this is talking about your inner child, Spirit really wants you to focus on taking deep care, or maybe you haven't even come to terms with, with this being honest with yourself. Maybe you're like, nothing's wrong with my inner child. I'm fine. Nothing was wrong with my childhood. And you don't want to look at it, but deep down you know that there's something that needs to be looked at and addressed and fixed. So strong message about that for sure. Let me start by reading this child card. All right, it says, this card signifies that a child is affecting some aspect of your question. This could be your own child, your desire for a child, a young family member, or your present or future work in helping children. Have children been on your mind lately? If so, this card is proof that whatever you've been considering is valid. This includes spending more time with children and looking into areas of employment related to young ones. Additional meanings for this card is your life purpose involves helping children, be as a child, pay attention to your inner child, a child in heaven is saying, I love you, or pregnancy or adoption might be a part of your life. So for some of you guys, this could specifically be around like you guys wanting to have a child. and this is a really small message I'm getting. Spirit kind of wants you to be honest with yourself, as opposed to why, this is weird. I don't know why I'm picking this up. Some of you, this may be going on for some of you, but Spirit wants you to be honest with why you want to have that child. I mean, a child is a gift. It's not just a puppy that you get, right? And maybe that's just my own personal opinion coming in. I'm really big on that. I see a lot of people that have kids just because they think it's the right time, or they feel they have to. You know, they're not worthy unless they have a kid. Maybe that could be a lot of you guys too. Maybe you guys don't have a kid, and that just hit me really hard right now too. Maybe some of you Sagittarius out there are fine. You know, you've been fine not having a kid, but for some reason, maybe outside, maybe family, people around you are like, why don't you have a kid yet? Why everyone else is having babies, why don't you? Like, and there's pressure there, and you're like, okay, I will. And like, there's this like forced agenda. Spirit wants you to be honest. What do you really want? Some people were not even meant to have children, and it's okay. It doesn't deplete your worth, especially as a female. You know, a lot of us females out there, like, we feel, or we have been taught to feel, that if we do not have kids, that we have no worth because we're not taking care of a child, you know, and that's not true at all. So do not let either the lack of a child define you, the timing of it. But like I said, a lot of you guys, I'm getting a lot of messages for you Sagittarius out there. There's like 3 different messages. So like I said, a lot of you guys, this is about your inner child. Some of you guys, this is about taking care of yourself while you are taking care of children. Could be your own children, could be younger siblings. Taking care of yourself so that you can have a way to take care of the children in your life, because like I said, your cup needs to be full first. Others of you, this is about being honest with, do you really want that child that people are telling you need to have? And I feel like that message is definitely for less of you out there, but there are some Sagittarius out there where that is the case, where you're defining your worth based off of whether or not you have a child or not. So let me go ahead and pull some tarot. Let's see if we could get a little bit more. What else can you tell us for Sagittarius, Spirit? Ooh, okay. So we have the World card. The World card. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And we have the Seven of Swords. Okay. So, piggybacking off of what I had just said, with there's a few of you out there that are feeling like the pressure of needing to have a child. I see just right here, like, I don't know why. This is going to be for just a few of you out there too, but maybe somebody is kind of envious. Yeah, and I don't normally get, like, this card, I usually just get, like, you know, shysty, sneaky energy. I don't normally get, like, envious energy, but I guess that kind of goes hand in hand, depending on the situation. Maybe the people around you were kind of, like, envious of your life. Like, with this Queen of Pentacles in the middle, you know, and you guys don't have to be a queen, but I see you guys being stable. Like, you guys are stable here, living your life. You have the world in your hand. You've gone through the cycles that you needed to go through, and you're happy. You're sitting here stable as a queen. And there's people out here that are like, oh, well, you don't have it all because you're not a mother. Or, you know, if you're a dude out there, you're not a father, you know? Like I said, that's for some of you out there. Spirit just wants you to know, with the be honest with yourself, these people aren't shit. They're not shit. They don't matter. They're just envious. They're envious because maybe they see you thriving without the kid, and that goes against their mentality, right? They're obviously the ones that set the worth around, you know, if you have a kid or not. So that's for some of you out there. For those of you that this is about your inner child, there was something that Spirit really wants you to focus on. It's like a karmic cycle that needs to be closed out. I do see you guys happy. I do see you guys thriving. But I feel like there's just a layer There's just something deep, deep down that you guys have buried deep down. And I'm going to be honest, I feel like you guys will be fine if you never addressed it, but fine. You know what I mean? Like, you guys will get through life, right? You know, a lot of people don't address anything, right? And some of them they're okay, you know? Do I think that's the best way to go? No. But then again, to each their own, right? Because I'm viewed as drama because I want to communicate to get through something, right? There's something that you guys have buried way deep down. Back in the day, you may have felt the effects of it. For example, how I said my mom was very nitpicky, and that's where I said the thing about the nails, because she would have been like, oh my gosh, Andrea, you need to do your nails, right? Okay. There's something that hurt you deeply. You felt like it was like stolen from you, like you're like in your childhood, for example, you're just doing your thing. Maybe you like to do a million braids in your hair, right? That was another thing that I used to do that my mom would be like, Andrea, right? Say you're a girl, you like to do a million braids in your hair, but your mom thinks it looks tacky and you look silly, you know, she doesn't like it. It like stole something from you, whether that's like your childhood, things you should have felt in your childhood as far as you being able to openly express yourself, your originality. Children should not be silenced in that way. They should not be shut down in that way. They should be free to express themselves, especially when it comes to like clothing, accessories, the things they like, you know, colors, things like that, you know. There was something that you buried deep down that you are fine. You're fine. You're living fine. You're stable. You got your life together. But Spirit wants you to focus on that, because you could be, you could graduate to the king, if that makes sense. And only you guys know what this is talking about. And that's where the be honest with yourself comes in. Like I said, a lot of you guys, I was getting that message of like, nothing happened to me. Like, I was fine. No, my childhood was fine, totally fine. There's something. And it may not even be from your parents. Maybe it was something at school. Maybe it was one little remark that you buried deep down. And I say deep down because of this world card. You know, this is like karmic cycles to me. You know, things that were meant to happen in order to teach us something. And they were divinely planned to happen that way. So by you not addressing it, it's like you'll be fine, but you're not going to reach your full potential as a soul. Now, I hope that makes sense. Like I said, I got a bunch of messages for so many different situations, right? So now I said the first one where, for you guys who are being pressured to have a kid, don't worry about it. These people are jealous. You keep doing you. For those of you that this is about needing to look at your inner child, heal your inner child, whatever you felt was taken from you way back then, even if you have to dig really deep, Spirit wants you to do that in order to create more stability on like a soul level. Last scenario for those Sagittarians out there that are feeling depleted by having to care for children. You will be, I don't know if this is the right word for it, but it's the first thing that came into my mind, especially with this like money here. You guys will be compensated for what you feel has been taken from you as far as like time, energy, whatever that is, because I know that taking care of children, especially if you have a lot, it can feel like you are being robbed of time. You are being robbed of your mental clarity, your sanity at times. I get it. Spirit wants you to know that this is part of your path, being this mother, or being a guardian or whatever to these children involved. But to be at your best, they need you to fill that cup, and you will be compensated for it by the universe. The universe will see the effort that you are putting into trying to be a wholesome guardian or mother or father or whatever to the children involved. They will see that, and they will reward you for that. And it's going to be different for all of you guys. And I don't want to say like, you're going to have a bag of money on your doorstep, but you will be rewarded in some way. And you will feel the balance there. But you need to be honest with yourself when you are running yourself dry. Because like I said, that message is really strong about you can't pour from an empty cup. And I know it feels like, well, I have nothing to give. It's all been taken from me. Find a way. There is a way, I promise. And Spirit is there for you. Like I said, you were meant to go on this path. It was meant to teach you something. For most of you guys, it's, you know, it could be resilience, that you are stronger than you think, that, you know, you maybe are making a huge impact in these children's lives by being there for them. It's different for you, for all of you guys, and it could be all of those reasons, you know. But definitely take a look at your inner child this week, Sagittarius. So those are your messages. I hope they resonated. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care.